another point of analysis, again, just looking, if you compare the urban design, this might be some boring for some people, but if you look at the urban design of cities in capitalist and non-capitalist countries, you can see that in Eastern or non-capitalist states, in China and Russia, Belarus, for example, there's huge, large, open public spaces. There's huge fields. There's huge
Absolutely.
plazas in the city centres for markets to thingy. There's a church on almost every corner, and in every single housing scheme, there's a play park available for children to play in. There's lots and lots of open public space for people to gather and socialise and come together for festivals and stuff. And those spaces are decreasing or being developed in capitalist countries. And now you see in America the architecture design. There's just narrow, long, narrow, straight streets in blocks, and there's no space to gather. Or there's just a labyrinth of roads, and there's no really space. There's no public sphere. There's no potential to socialize, and all these open, massive places are just being bought by investors and developed to build more stuff that we don't really need, and it's taken away our public space. And again, if people don't think that can lead to mental health disorders and alienation and the destruction of the community, and if you don't think that can lead to people becoming hateful against people who are not like them, then you're wrong. Of course it does, because like you just said, I mean, a lot of adults are now spending most of their time online and on the internet and in their houses on computers. And again, if we're talking about, capitalism causing mental illness, that's going to be a big contributor too. People scrolling through TikTok on half of their day, or just watching YouTube or Netflix all day and not really doing anything productive, because there's nothing to do outside. There's no public spaces. There's no socializing really. So they just spend most of their time online and on the internet. That's going to cause a massive disassociation from reality. And it's going to create this cognitive dissonance. And again, that's absolutely another huge contributor to mental illness.